Big Kish news up in here, man. Shout out to Marcus at Work Media. The title goes, why is Drake still acting like the victim? Because we heard the freestyle he just dropped, the Chat GPT freestyle he just dropped. And it does sound like he's playing victim. And another person who did a great breakdown is Read My Soul. Is that the name of it? Read My Soul? Yeah, Read My Soul. I think that's the name of his channel. We used to react to his stuff a little while ago. But yeah, great breakdown. Great breakdown. Yeah, bro. Drake is really playing victim for real. But we about to get into this news though. I will leave a link in the description. Without further ado, let's get into this news.
Welcome back to Marcus at Work Media. So I'm sure everybody heard by now that Drake has dropped a new freestyle. And the freestyle is called what? Fighting Irish freestyle, or what I would like to call Fighting Stupidity freestyle for obvious reasons. So he carries.
I did not know Drake smoked. Oh, man. I did not know Drake smoked.
On with for 2 to 3 verses with this beat from Conductor, and it mostly comes across as whining.
Oh, nasty work. Nasty work. Nasty work. That's a grown baby.
He goes in about these alleged fake friends and how the whole world want to see his downfall, and how the world bought into gimmicks and so on and so on. The usual I am the victim, Drake.
First of all, this isn't a freestyle because clearly Drake is reading something off of paper. But I don't want to talk about that right now. Let's really talk about this freestyle because I thought that this was kind of deep. Drake is basically expressing his feelings about how he has helped people, and when it came push to shove for him to have their loyalty, they turned their back. In a way, you can kind of feel for Drake, but there is all.
Yeah, everybody has a rich baby daddy, Lucien Grange. So yeah, they could just return the favor whenever. Yep, you're right.
Also, that other side of Drake, like we know you've done fuck shit. We know that you have treated a lot of these rappers in a bad way, taking their shorties, whether it was messing up their money. So like trying to make it out to be like, oh, like I'm the victim is crazy work, especially with the allegations that you have. How the hell y'all gonna be close like ovens and kitchens if you out here fucking these bitches in the kitchen? How are we gonna be trading watches when you out here messing up niggas' money? Listen, bro, it go both ways, Drake. I understand you sad, and I understand niggas wasn't loyal. But you also wasn't loyal either, my brother. You also did some crazy fuck shit. So, like, I don't want to hear no victim card from Drake. I'm sorry. Okay? All this emotional shit, all this whole emotional shit gotta go. All right? Because this ain't it.
So let me pull up some of my favorites. The summer is over, I missed it. Burrow with the smoke, I kissed it. Now that summer you're talking about, has that anything to do with those summer vibes you promised fans with new release of music? Well, I guess that UMG lawsuit kind of.
But I was watching Marcus at not Marcus at me. Oh boy, I was watching the Company Man, and he was saying, "Hey, you had a pretty good summer to me," and he listed everything he dropped on the summer. Hey, he had some joints this summer, man.
Trying to put a hold to that for a while, but maybe that's what you missed. An opportunity to drop for the summer because K-Dot took the whole year for himself. That's your bad, player.
It became clear to me as I was listening to it that Drake is more angry and upset with everyone around the beef situation than he is with Kendrick. He's more upset that people supported him. He really thinks that Kendrick is a one-trick pony. Yeah. And that's why he lost the beef. Like, realistically speaking, he was arrogant and he underestimates who Kendrick is. I was having a conversation with some folks last week at a dinner and we were talking about the beef. And I was like, Drake lost because of his arrogance. It's not because he wasn't a great artist to begin with. He just arrogantly thought he could rap with Kendrick. And that's the result we got.
No.
He don't want Kendrick to be Kendrick. He want Kendrick to be a little K-Dot that I took on tour. I handed you your first joint. I did this for you. I did it. If it wasn't for me, there would be no you. And I'm better. That's what he want Kendrick to be. In his little box. He want Kendrick to still be in Nickerson Gardens. That's what he want.
Another one of my favorites here. The world fell in love with the gimmicks. Even my brothers got tickets. Seemed like they loved every minute. Yeah, we did. Just know this shit is personal to us, and it wasn't just business. Analyzing behavioral patterns is somewhat suspicious. Niggas was never happy for me when I was running up the digits. Aubrey. You had so many people riding your dick because of these numbers.
Yeah, right.
When Kendrick first started, the whole thing with all the Aubrey Angels was, you have more numbers. You've been streaming more. You had a run longer than Kendrick. Who is Kendrick than he? And so on and so on. Now the roles have changed and nobody was happy for you. You had half the world on your dick about the numbers, bro. Now, as far as analyzing behavioral patterns is somewhat suspicious, are you talking about everybody criticizing you because after the battle, you got on IG doing all of this weird shit, posting, doing shows with ponytails and, doing the duck lips, whatever? Like, are we supposed to pretend we don't see that shit?
Right.
Are we supposed to pretend that this shit is kind of normal, right? Maybe in Hollywood land, some of this shit is kind of normal, but to the average everyday people, man, this shit's kind of weird, bro. And it's kind of funny that you didn't start all of this weird shit until after you took that L from Kendrick. I guess the first few L's from Kendrick, that's when all the weird behavior came out. Now, don't get me wrong. You did a lot of weird stuff before then, but it became more consistent after the Kendrick situation. So is us analyzing that behavioral patterns from you somewhat suspicious? If that's the case, I'm gladly sus.
With Drake dropping this new record, which is considered a freestyle, the Fighting Irish freestyle, it's not directly involved with him and Kendrick's situation, but he is addressing a lot of things and a lot of relationships he had with people stemming from the Kendrick situation. Now, let me tell you about my perspective of how I judge men based on the precedent they set for themselves, especially when it comes to conflict. And by conflict, I mean any version of, except for violence. I'm not talking, well, violence can be included, but I'm referencing the rap battle. As a man, when certain situations are presented to you, you have a choice of how to handle those situations. And now we're only talking about situations that you find or deem necessary to respond. So when you respond, especially on a public platform, like where people can see you, no matter how many people it is, just people can witness what's going on. We watch how you handle a situation. And when you handle it, we now can see or will see whether it was effective or not. So with Drake, we've seen him throw shots and be direct with several rappers over his career, from Common to Pusha T to Meek Mill to Kendrick, and the slight shots he's thrown to other folks. And he always came out, pretty much on top. And the Pusha T thing, it got kind of, So for the most part, the way he chose and the precedent he set for himself to handle conflict was effective. Then the Pusha T thing happened. And he said, it ended because he said when Pusha T brought up his friend's illness, that didn't make him want to rap anymore. It made him want to put hands on Pusha T.
You mean to tell me you could mention somebody's fiance, mention somebody's wife, and they still ready to battle, and they mention your friend who you don't sleep with, and now you want to, Oh no, that was I no 40. He said this about 40. No, I know I talked about his wife, but he said this about 40. Man, come on, bro. Cut it out, man. Cut it out. These are excuses as to why he lost the battle. These are his excuses why he be opting out the battles. Man, bro, this is.
So he decided to bow out because, it's just about rap. Cool. I'm all for people not taking it to violence. I'm fine with that when it's coming from rap. I'm cool with that. But also, Drake has to live with that precedent that he set for himself. Nobody told him to bow out. That is something that he made as a decision for himself. So now the Kendrick and Drake thing happened. We still are looking at Drake as a superior rapper to where, okay, y'all get into it, we're still expecting top-notch flows because even if people consider you lost against Pusha T, it wasn't because you lost based on your rapping ability. It was because you decided things got a little too sensitive and you bowed out. So if you were still looked at as somebody who could handle his own, raps are top tier, you can do it. Now, everybody has their interpretation of, the records back and forth from the Future Metro record with Kendrick to Drop and Give Me 50 to Euphoria to whatever the other one Drake had to Meet the Family to Meet the Grams and
That nigga said Meet the Family. Hey, look, he dead serious too. Look, he's standing on that shit, boy. Meet the family. Yeah, meet the family. Look, he stood on business with that. He's standing on it too. Meet the family. Look.
The Future Metro record with Kendrick to Drop and Give Me 50 to Euphoria to whatever the other one Drake had to Meet the Family to Meet the Grams and the other
He's sure about that shit, boy. Yes, sir. Yeah, Meet the Family. Yeah.
records, whatever. But of course, Kendrick comes with Not Like Us, calls him a pedo, and it goes crazy. This is where my personal perspective comes in. You wanted to fight Pusha T based on what he said about your friend. Kendrick is calling you a pedo on arguably the biggest record of the year. You don't want to fight over that? Right. And I'm not advocating that they should. Again, I'm just basing it off precedent. So of course time is going by and, pretty much generally everybody's crowned K-Dot the winner. So Drake drops this record today, Fighting Irish Freestyle, and he's basically addressing all the relationships he had previous of the Kendrick situation and how people have kind of betrayed him, switched up on him, or acted weird. And a lot of people could, take a hit from this song, from DeMar DeRozan to LeBron to The Weeknd to Future. But where precedent comes into play is you never came out and said why you stopped going back and forth with Kendrick. You just stopped. So just as Kendrick said, hey, you think about pushing me, let me see you push a T first. You got priorities, big dog. That's how I feel about this Fighting Irish record. He is allowed to express himself.
But Drake excuse this time during this battle was, I be ready to battle when you spitting facts. I'm spitting straight facts over here, like you don't have any facts. And he dead serious. He's serious. Like, I'm spitting facts and you're lying. You're the only one that's lying in this battle. And I'm just going to gracefully bow out because you're lying and I'm spitting facts and you're not. That's what Drake is saying. That's why he's out of it. And he expect for us to believe it. That's why he said, we fed you the information. I bet he takes it. He's saying he bet he takes it. Drake has confidence that we're dumb enough to accept anything. I bet he takes it. We're going to feed him some information. I bet he takes it. Even though that just made no sense. That's how he feels. He actually feels like that. He just going to tell us that he fed Dot the information and we going to go for it. Oh, ooh, that's that record you said that you was, fuck. It's making sense right now. Ooh, that's what he be doing. Like, he think we just gonna believe this shit. Like, go Drizzy, it's your birthday, cook up. No, nigga, no. We see right through you, boy. Wordy, bond. Let's get it.
He's allowed to be honest. He's allowed to talk about his experiences and how he feels. I love that. I've always loved that about Drake. But when it comes to handling conflict as men, it just comes across as weak in this aspect, because it's like you're talking about people who have betrayed you and done this and that. But what about the man who called you a pedophile? Like, how are these men who you now have conflict with supposed to feel when you ain't even handled the other guy first? And I'll end here. I'm just all for holding men accountable of the behavior and the standard and the precedent that they set for themselves. I'm not asking people to move how I move. I'm basing my perspective of how you move. All I'm asking for is consistency.
Now, I'm sure everybody
That's
can
all.
go through this with a fine-tooth comb, point out all the desperate attempts and bars that he tried to put in there to throw shots at LeBron and DeRozan and Kendrick and anybody else he has a grievance with on that 20v1 perspective he's going with. So I don't know. What do you guys make of this situation? Do you feel like this can even be considered a diss to Kendrick? Do you feel like this is even moving the needle for Drake with popularity and awareness for his potential up-and-coming music at all? Put your comments below. Let's talk about it. This is Marcus at Work.
Let's talk about it. I like when he said that. Let's talk about it. But yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Because it is like when he battled, he's just going to have an excuse to get up out of there. But Drake know how busy he is. He know if he should or should not respond to somebody. He knew whether or not he should have responded to Dot. Remember, he worked with Dot. He was one of the first ones to work with Dot. He know what that dude does with his pen. This dude, he loved his pen so much, he made a song about it. Gloria. You know he writing all his stuff. You working with him in the studio. He writing his stuff right then and there. You waiting for your ghostwriters to email you. And he caught you. He's like, yo, Dot was like, yo, you ready to drop this song? He's like, yo, give me a few more minutes. my email ain't come through yet. You know what I'm saying? My email ain't here yet. Oh, shit. He gonna find me out. Damn, man. But y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Big Kish News signing out, man. Gone.